Chief of Staff of the US Army. Cathy.
Thanks, Matt. Mark Field has been suspended as a Foreign Office minister pending an investigation after he grabbed a female climate change protester during a black tie dinner. The MP has now apologised to Janet Barker, although he insisted that guests had understandably felt threatened, while Ms Barker suggested Mr Field should go to anger management classes. Number 10 said Theresa May had seen footage of the incident and found it very concerning. From Westminster, Paul McNamara reports.
This was meant to be the first day of head-to-head campaigning for the two men who hoped to lead the nation. But instead, another Conservative MP stole their attention.
Should Mark Field be sacked, Mr Johnson?
Encourage tactical voting, Mr Johnson.
Should Mark Field be sacked?
Can you be the Foreign Secretary?
Your party's looking for leadership on this. What do you think of the incident? Are you back to being the nasty party?
Field for his actions.
The questions this morning about this incident last night.
Can you get this person out?
The event, a Mansion House dinner with the Chancellor's annual speech. The woman being manhandled, a climate change protester from Greenpeace, and the man doing the handling, a government minister, Mark Field.
I feel very tired this morning. I was shaken up after it happened and I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction. I was expecting a conversation, a dialogue with people, but I certainly didn't expect that. I don't intend to press charges. I haven't had an apology from him. My priority is the planet and the future of it, and you know that's what I'm focusing on. The Tory government can sort out their own stuff.
Janet Barker was one of dozens of protesters, the majority women. Last night, Mr Field said he had instinctively reacted. He said he was genuinely worried she might have been armed, adding, "I deeply regret this episode and unreservedly apologise to the lady concerned for grabbing her." He also referred himself to both the Cabinet Office and the Conservative Party. But after watching the footage today, Theresa May suspended him as a minister while investigations take place. Footage released from Greenpeace shows how easily they gained access. This is them outside the event, and inside, this is how close they got to the Governor of the Bank of England. A security review has been launched.
You could see clearly that we were mostly women with sashes saying climate emergency. You know, she was holding leaflets, she was trying to hand out leaflets. I don't think that
just because
it's
you're
really...
women and had climate emergency doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility that you could have had some sort of weapons on you.
I understand that. I think that from the video it's clear that she was walking peacefully behind him and wasn't posing any credible threat.
Labour say the Tories need to suspend Mr Field from the party.
He was clearly out of control, but what came across to me was that sense of entitlement. You know, these people had invaded the space of the elite, and oh my God, was he angry about it? He just completely and utterly overreacted.
Today, party colleagues rallied to support Mr Field. Michael Fabricant saying the protester had a bag. What if it had contained acid or a knife? Nadine Dorry said, "We live in strange times. He acted instinctively. He's not trained. His instincts were right." And Johnny Mercer added, "He's a lovely guy. Clearly looks panicked. Let's learn and move on."
Here we go.
One man who doesn't think we should just move on is Mark Field's boss at the Foreign Office and candidate to be Prime Minister.
Minister, should Mark Field be sacked?
There's a process going on and it's going to be looked at independently.
Is this the return of the nasty party?
Very much.
Mr Hunt also condemned another discipline issue from within the party last night. Messages sent to Rory Stewart supporter Antoinette Sambach. A fellow MP sent her, "You two are a disgrace. Time you left the party, I think." This too is being investigated, this time by the Chief Whip. But while Jeremy Hunt spoke out today, his competition and frontrunner for the leadership remained silent on both issues all day.
Is your party fit to govern, Mr Johnson? Shouldn't you be showing some leadership here? Is your party really fit to govern, Mr Johnson?
Day one of campaigning and an indicator of what the weeks ahead may hold. The underdog keen to show leadership, the favourite silent.
Paul McNamara reporting there.